Assalamualaikum, ni hao and vanakkam to my dear lecturers and also my fellow friends. So this is from group 5 and it is a interview video presentations regarding the assignments of FPT 2013, the course of behavior, the course of entrepreneur behavior. So allow me to share a little bit about the assignments at hand. So we are required to interview an entrepreneur and also prepare the report about what we learned from the interview. And this video, we're going to share about what we learned from the interview. And in group 5, there are 6 members. So the first member would be Nur Adila binti Muhammad, second, Vidya Rajan, and third, Zulaika binti Muhammad Najib, and the fourth, Nur Fadila binti Narun Shazwan, and the fifth is me, Tuition, and the sixth would be Lim Xiaowei. So now let's get started with the video presentation. I will hand it to my first member, Zulaika binti Muhammad Najib, in order to introduce the background of the entrepreneur.
Okay, hi, my name is Raghunatha Najib. My matrix number is F22B0037. Okay, so for my part today, I'm going to talk a little bit about the entrepreneur background that our group interviewed. His name is Teo Kiang Ju. He is director of Ritma Melati Senjan Berhad. He had degree in engineering back in 1992 and degree in Master Business Administration in 2006. And to talk a little bit how he wanted to do this business is because he was inspired by his father. His father is a site manager at the company at that time. So he found that amusing, so he started to take interest in construction field, and he also find that the work is suitable with his life. So he began to take a journey and work at construction company until he gained knowledge, and that's how the story of Ritma Melati Berhad began. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lim Xiaowei. Metro number is F22A0102. Now I'm going to share the background of the company that we interviewed. The company name is Nikma Melati Sentia Berhad. This company was established in 2012. The company has been established around 11 years. The company is a Class G7 construction company majoring in building and civil engineering work. In the interview that we had with Mr. Teo Kiam Ju, he told us that the company now has 10 local employees working. That's all for me. Thank you.
So for this part, I, Tuition, will be covering for Nurul Fadila binti Narun Shazwan with the matrix number of F22B01233 due to some unavoidable circumstances. So regarding how did the entrepreneur start his venture, it can be a long story based on what Mr. Teo shared with us. The main reason he would like to start up his own venture is because after he graduated from University Technology Malaysia with the degree of engineering and also degree master in MBA, he used to work for the others in construction field for around 10 years. And after that, he realized that he already had the ability to receive and also finish a project completely. So he think that why not he start up his own venture, like doing by its own instead of working for the others. So by using this 10 years long of experience as one of the most important resources, he finally decided to start up his own venture. So he started up everything from the small project, and until now, he finally achieved success in his own venture. So everything are back to 20 years ago. Mr. Teo also really grateful that he chose to try and start up his own venture.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Adila binti Muhammad Tarmizi. Matric number is F2280191. Today I will present about the entrepreneur before starting his venture. The entrepreneur journey of Mr. Teo Kiang Jo, a remarkable individual with a deep passion for the construction industry. Before venturing into his own business, Mr. Steele's path was shaped by several key factors that influenced his decision to become an entrepreneur. Mr. Steele gained invaluable experience throughout his 10 years of working in the construction field. This decade-long journey allowed him to immerse himself in various construction projects, honing his technical skill and providing him with a comprehensive understanding of the industry. The hand-on experience he acquired during this time equipped him with the knowledge and expertise necessary to navigate the challenges and intricacies of the construction business. During his professional journey, Mr. Joe found inspiration and role models in esteemed local construction companies such as IJM, Gamuda, and Metrojaya. These companies have established themselves as industry leaders, renowned for their excellent innovation and impactful contribution to the construction sector. By overseeing the achievement and management practice, Mr. Teo drew inspiration and aspired to replicate their success in his own entrepreneurial venture. They determined to emulate the best practice of this role model become a driving force behind his entrepreneurial pursuit. Furthermore, Mr. Teo's father's involvement in the construction field as a site manager had a profound impact on his career choices. Growing up in an environment where construction was a part of his family's daily life, Mr. Teo was exposed to the industry nuances from a younger age. His father's dedication, work ethic, and expertise served as a constant source of inspiration and motivation. Witness his father's commitment to the construction field in Guinea. Mr. Teo's own passion and solidified his decision to pursue the entrepreneurship within the industry. Armed with a decade of working experience, the inspiration derived from role models in prominent construction companies, and the influence of his father's involvement in the industry. Mr. Teo embarked on his entrepreneurial journey. His vision is to establish his own construction business, one that embodies the principle of excellent innovation, and sustainable practice. By leveraging his experience drawing inspiration from successful companies and incorporating his family's value, visitors and to make a positive impact on the construction industry. So, in conclusion, Mr. Teo Kyung Joo, 10 years of working experience in the construction field, the influence of role model on renowned construction company, and the inspiration derived from his father involvement in the industry have played pivotal role in shaping his entrepreneurial aspiration. As he embarked on his entrepreneurial venture, we can anticipate the application of his knowledge, skill, and value to drive positive change and contribute to the growth and development of the construction sector.
My name is Teo Shan and my matrix number is FP2A0120. So now I'm going to share about the entrepreneur at the time he started the venture. So talking about how Mr. Teo has the intention to start up his venture, and now I'm going to share about at the time he's starting his venture and how is the journey like going on. So during the interview, Mr. Teo shared about the goal setting when he started up this venture. So actually, the main goal that he set for himself, like for initially when he started up his venture, it's actually all about profit and also financial. He shared that profit would be the most important thing for you when you firstly start up your venture because you need funds for everything. Like if you receive a project, you need funds to pay for your material and you need funds to pay for your employees. So only if you have a stable cash flow, then your company can survive. If not, it is really hard for your business to like really survive in the long term. So after like your company or let's say the cash flow is already stable, then you can figure out for future thing like maybe you can figure out for your future goal instead of keep thinking about your profit. And the second thing that Mr. Teo share with us is about the resource available. So instead of financial, of course, it is the most important thing for every businessman if they wanted to start up their own business. Financial and another really precious resources is experience. Just like what I kept mentioned before, Mr. Teo has his own background that he's been working in construction field after he graduated for like 10 years along. So this 10-year long of working experience did help him a lot. And it is one of the most biggest factor that drive him to have the eager to start up his own venture. And next thing is about the biggest risk that Mr. Teo shared with us in his journey of starting his venture is like he shared that when someone approach to you and give you a huge amount of project, like a project that worth around like 20 millions or what, then you needed to continue and start up the project first. Instead, you can receive the funds that the supplier will give you. So sometimes when you already proceed with the project, but you might be failed to collect your money, it would be the biggest risk for you because it may cause like a really huge losses for you, and sometimes it might also affect your own reputations because when Mr. Teo like really struggling in order to start up his own venture, one of the most biggest effort that he need to do is build reputation. So it is really important for every businessman in order to like really succeed in his own venture is to build reputation. So in order to build reputation, you need to like really show your own experience and you really need to show your efforts in doing everything. So like other people will believe that you have the ability in order to finish the project and so that you will so that you can have like continuously project and then so your cash flow will be stable but not like okay this month you got something to do but for next month you got no project to receive. So like in a nutshell about the biggest risk that Mr. Joe shared is fail to maintain cash flow like due to some unavoidable circumstances or some kind of humankind intentionally. And then the fourth thing is instead of doing business plan, it is more important to make sure that there are continuous projects. Just like what I mentioned just now, because Mr. Teo is actually like doing his venture in the field of constructions. So you share that instead of like really preparing a business plan, it is more important that for you to make sure you have continuous projects because continuous project means that you can have a positive cash flow. You can have your own profit. If not, like you are not able to survive, like you're even not able to pay for your employees or what. He said that like if you're working in food and beverage fields, then maybe having a good business plan is important because you need to make sure everything like you need to plan everything like as detailed as possible. But for construction fields, it is more important to build reputation and show your efforts, show your experience so that you can have continuous project and have a positive cash flow. And the fifth thing that about Mr. Teo shared, when he started up his venture, the biggest sacrifice he realized that is about the time. So the time he can enjoy with his own family, the time he can spend with his friend, like is already obviously decreased. He needs to spend a lot of time in his company instead of like spending time to enjoy with his loved ones, his friends. Like sometimes he need to like initially when he started this venture, like he got a lot of paperwork need to do. So he need to really like spend the time a lot in his work, in his job, in order for the future success. So he said that it may be one of the biggest sacrifice for him when he set up the venture, but it is worth it because as long as you success, then you can bring happiness to the people around you. So that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Divya Tyagarajan and my metric card number is F22B0162. Now I'm going to share a few things that we learned from Mr. Teo. The first is, it is important to do things according to one's ability. Mr. Teo reminded us when talking about his biggest mistake, what he did in his business. Everyone has their limitation and it is possible to take everything in without the concern of your ability. If not, it will only bring you to suffer losses. The second is becoming a boss is not easy. Many people will like to assume that becoming a boss meaning you only need to sit in the office and enjoy your coffee. But Mr. Theo said, no, it's not. Becoming a boss or a leader meaning that you have a bigger responsibility than the others. You have to take care and make sure that everything runs smoothly. You are also need to be responsible for your employees and their family since they work for you in order to get the salary and survive. So it is definitely not easy to be a boss. The third is Mr. Theo keep reminding us about the importance of cash flow in a business. Cash flow means everything you need funds to buy materials and pay for your supply in order to start a project. You need funds in order to pay for your employee and daily expenses of the company. Everything plays around with cash flow, and without positive cash flow, the company will not be able to survive. That's all from me. Thank you.
So I guess that's all from us. And it is really a great time for us when we proceed and doing these assignments together, because it is some kind like a really special experience for all of us that we can have the chance to interview an entrepreneur in local. So I really appreciate and expressing our gratitude towards our lecture support. So because due to having these assignments, we can have the opportunities to interview an entrepreneur, and from almost 1 hour time of interview, we did learn a lot. It did benefits us a lot. So I guess that's all from us, and thank you for listening.